100 years later, I'm getting close. I mean, I just kind of trial fitted, and you can kind of see where I'm going with this, but I actually have to just temporarily tack the cork to the belly and the back of the bow so I can get some good shaping done. Probably use like a round sanding block because I want it to go gracefully like this. And it's a little confused because of the wrappings. I'll probably wind up stitching a handle, have nice stitches down the front of there, which will be a little more elegant than where the wraps go over each other to hold up. You can kind of see where I'm going with this. It's not finished yet, but it'll be finished today. And I'm thinking about actually the finish on it, but we'll see. I'll leave that as a surprise. Now, I watched a few videos this morning with my morning coffee, and most of them were bow videos. And I got to thinking, the bow maker's bow maker, like Chad is a man's man. Who do I watch? My favorite bow makers. Well, let's do the whole thing. I'm going to name three. If I could have dinner with three bow makers, who would it be that are currently living? I would have to say, of course, Mike Yancy, Pine Hollow Longbows. Mike is just a great guy. Great bow maker and humble. That's what I respect about people. I don't want to watch a video and it's like, I am a master bow maker. I am godlike. Hey, it turns me off. I like guys that are humble. Women too. Humble women. Mike Yancy. Then the next, and this is no particular order, I really like Dreamcraft bows. It's almost that ASMR kind of a thing. Just watching a master working. I like Dreamcraft bows. And right up there is Dan Santana. I'm gonna put Dan Santana in this title. Just maybe Dan will watch it. And there's a couple reasons why I like Dan. First of all, he's just a nice guy, and he doesn't strike you as being one of these people that watch my godlike efforts. I'm the greatest ever, which sometimes people, when they get good and they get a big audience, kind of get into that trap. But Dan Santana doesn't strike me as that. He's just an all-around great guy from what I see. Second of all, I like his approach because he's okay. Back up here. Sometimes people do bow making videos and it's just, this is how you make the bow, just the mechanics. I'm making a long bow. This is how I do it. But Dan, I think we share this in common that he thinks. He talks about engineering. He talks about the reasons why. He talks about this and that. This is why I do it instead of just, this is what I do. Follow along. And then he has a lot of interesting videos that, like I watched several. I'm excited about this. I learned some things. He was talking about chapters, the backs of bows. Chapter 1, just peeling the bark off. And then chapter 2, this, and this, going into board bows, and then talking about chasing a ring and all this other stuff. Soft backings, hard backings. It was a wonderful video. And then the last one was his 10 favorite bow woods with some bonus woods, which the bonus woods were hazel and cherry. And I got to thinking, and I left kind of a goofy comment, on there. It's like, it was a solid list, Dan. I don't have any favorite bow woods because it depends. Dan mostly makes longbows. He is the master of the longbow, and probably any other bow that he would try. So don't get me wrong. But as somebody that makes longbows, gull-wing bows, paddle bows of short to 66 inches, this, that, and the other thing, I can't come up with a favorite bow wood. As I relate to Dan, it's if it was a longbow, American style longbow. If it was above 55 pounds, I would have to say Osage and hard maple, and not in that order. I like hard maple. I cannot lie. If it was below, and I'm talking unbacked bows here, or back bows, whatever. If it was under 55 pounds, mulberry for a longbow. And then it gets into like paddle bow. If it's a short paddle bow, of course, yew and juniper. If it's a longer paddle bow, it's variable. It depends. I do like also heartwood and walnut. If it's a gullwing, I have certain favorites depending on the draw weight. And some of it is visual, what it looks like, whatever. I don't have any favorite draw woods or favorite bow woods. It depends on the bow style, the draw weight, what I have available. So that was a tricky one. But yeah, those would be the three people. Yancy, the Dreamcraft bow guy, and Dan Santana. But then it goes down. Of course, there's all the other people that are out there that are really good at what they do. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'm going to have some breakfast, and I've got some bows to start on, some bows to finish, great thoughts to ponder. And I'm also going to pick up a couple sheets of 1/4-inch plywood for my secret project at Ace Hardware in Rogers City. And my secret project is, I don't like suspense, is that aside from making Valentines, my wife wants me to cut out plywood hearts so she can paint them because she likes to decorate the house. I'm going to take that 1/4-inch plywood, and for most of my bows I can do this. I'm going to reproduce my huge library of bow designs in template form to offer them for sale in half limb, so the postage would be less. Some of the bows have to be like full length, but I can cut them in half, and then you can stick them together and then put like a little plate of whatever on there to make it full. The snake bow, for example, because it's asymmetrical. If anybody wanted oh my gosh, the bow that I designed to break the world's record for the heaviest longbow, and again, that's a sad story because it was all set up at Stanford University with the Guinness Book of World Records with the Archer, which is a power lifter. Ugh. And he said he was going to keep the bow. He also said he wasn't going to pay for the materials. And it's like, fine, I was going to give you the bow if you paid for the materials, but I'm not paying for that big Osage and all that sinew to make a 245-pound bow and then just give it away after I spent all that time to make it. But that's the red oak bows that I've made that were, 70 to a little over 100 pounds, but it's a big bow. But yeah, I think I've covered everything. Thank you for watching. And I know this video is nowhere near the production value of Dan Santana with his cousin playing that beautiful guitar, or Dreamcraft with the editing and the sounds of the draw knife and stuff. Funny Mike Yancy joke. We talk back and forth, right? So my son was young, and Mike called. He's like, "Hey, Dad, a foreigner wants to talk to you," because Mike has a very deep Arkansas accent, and he heard that. He thought that was funny. A foreigner wants to talk to you. Anyway, have a good one. Thank you for watching.